Wells Fargo Minnesota Sports Prep Update for Friday, January 24th. I'm Ryan Phelps. Pursuit of the 2014 Minnesota State High School League Challenge Cup is in full swing, and at the conclusion of the fall season, the leaders are Dawson Boyd, Hill Murray, and Edina. Created over 10 years ago in 2003, the Challenge Cup is a statewide, year-long competition among Minnesota high schools who earn points throughout the year for their success in postseason fine arts and athletic tournaments. The school earning the most points at the end of the year in each class, 1A, 2A, and 3A, receives the Traveling Challenge Cup. Dawson Boyd, which won the cup in 2012, is leading all Class 1A schools with 75 points. The Blackjacks participated in 2 state tournaments this past fall, finishing second in both football and girls cross country. Close behind Dawson Boyd in 1A are Minneota, Grand Meadow, Mahnomen, and Fillmore Central. In Class 2A, Hill Murray leads all schools with 129 points. They finished second in boys soccer and girls volleyball, and also had 2 swimmers who placed in the top 8 at this year's girls state swimming and diving meet. Rounding out the top 5 in Class 2A are Rochester Lourdes, Perham, Visitation, and Totino Grace. Edina is at the top of the Class 3A list with 245 points. The Hornets competed in 5 fall state tournaments and won their 17th straight team championship in girls tennis. Also, their boys soccer team finished 3rd and adapted soccer PI in 4th. The remaining top 5 Class 3A schools are Eden Prairie, Wayzata, Minnetonka, and Chanhassen. The Challenge Cup standings will change again in early spring after the winter tournaments are completed and will be updated in late April.
I'm in a state of caffeination, got all my fingers shaking, must have been my large Americano, mochaccino, macchiato. Now the family's gone to bed, and that's my favorite time to get some tips on better rates. Cause my State Farm guy answers late, and even when it's not my agent, someone's standing by so patient. Getting coverage questions answered helps me to relax. Get to a better State Farm.
Visit Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office, located off Singletree and Flying Cloud Drive, online at brandywarmbier.com.
In other news, Tia Albert of Tartan is the latest girls basketball player to surpass the 3,000 career point club. And Totino Grace boys hockey coach Mark Lohr won his 500th career game last night.
I like saving money. I mean, it's not like I have a purse stuffed with coupons or... Okay, I do. The other day, I went into Wells Fargo to get help with a car loan.
Good news. You qualify for our double discount promotion. Get double the interest rate discount we normally give on select new loans and lines of credit just for being a Wells Fargo checking package customer.
And the best part, I didn't even need a coupon.
Come to Wells Fargo to discuss how the double discount promotion can help with the interest rate on your new loan or line of credit. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Subject to credit qualification. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. Equal housing lender.
Slippery sidewalks and walkways are not only uncomfortable, they're dangerous. Go to Hardware Hank for ice melt from Night Chemicals. You'll find 10-pound bags and 9-pound jugs. It's environmentally safe, works upon contact of ice and snow, and doesn't leave a residue. Spread it on your problem sidewalks and walkways, and you'll make them cleaner and safer. Visit Hardware Hank for ice melt from Night Chemicals.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank. Hardware Hank.
It's time for our Hardware Hank Nuts and Bolts Athletes of the Week, which are selected every Tuesday based on your nominations to MinnesotaScores.net. Each week we pick 2 winners, one from the Metro and one from Greater Minnesota. The outstate winner is James Newgren from Cloquet Esco Carleton Boys Hockey, and the Metro winner is Hannah Roth from Wayzata Gymnastics. The Wells Fargo Minnesota Sports Prep Update can be heard right here every Monday through Friday, and for more coverage you can find us on the web at MinnesotaScores.net. That's Minnesota-Scores.net. I'm Ryan Phelps on Minnesota Sports Radio.
I'm Dr. Dennis Linslink, Clinic Administrator and Patient Care Coordinator for Advocare Clinics, and I'd like to welcome you to our office. Advocare Clinics is considered an outpatient rehabilitation facility. We're pretty much one-stop shop. We offer wellness and prevention as well as acute pain and injury management. We have 3 distinct departments in Advocare. We have a physical therapy department, a chiropractic, wellness and prevention, and acupuncture department, and a medical procedure department. And the unique characteristic is how we combine those therapies. Our goal is to prevent surgeries or conditions getting worse. So one of our specialties is knee, hip, ankle, shoulder problems. where people are considering surgery. Many times we can then provide care that'll buy them 5 to 10 years of ongoing function with their original equipment, their own joints and shoulders. Our patients tell us that they like the attention to detail that we deliver in our therapies. Most of our patients give us a 7+ score on a 1 to 10 scale, which means we're meeting a good amount of patient satisfaction based on your scores. Advocare's mission is to provide you a full and active lifestyle to the limits that you want, not what your body gives you.
Advocare Clinics, located off 494 and Highway 100, online at advocaremn.com.
Guys, this is my cousin Raj.
Hey boys, I just saved a ton of cash with my State Farm discount double check. So the brats are on me. Oh jeez. Crazy dream.
Easy. You're gonna wreck Bob's dream. By the way, how's that sausage pillow?
Delicious, good stick.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie, a local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbier.com.
I wish it was spring.
Hello, Carl.
Whoa! Who are you?
I'm the Mulch Store Genie.
Well, your entrance music makes you sound like an alien.
We Mulch Store Genies survive on grass and compost, not snow and ice.
If you're a genie, where's your lamp?
Mulch Store Genies live... Never mind you. Let's get to the point. You had a wish for me, Carl.
Yeah, I wished it would be spring.
Your wish is my command.
Sweet! This is much better. Wow, my lawn looks great too.
Indeed, Carl. That's the power of the Mulch Store Genius.
Thanks.
Tell your friends of my mulching powers.
The Mulch Store, granting beautiful lawn and landscaping wishes since 2000. Store locations in Burnsville, Minnetrista, Rosemount, and Shock.
Great food and great sports. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5 in Eden Prairie. This season, the Tavern on 4 and 5 will be showing several PSB broadcasts of Eden Prairie boys hockey on the big screen TVs. So make it a night out. Get some great food and watch the EP boys hockey team at the Tavern on 4 and 5. Some of their classics include the Mediterranean pizza, the Tavern turkey burger, and my personal favorite, the cheesy tater tots. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5, located just blocks from Eden Prairie High School. Stay current on what's going on in your local community. The Sun Current is a local community newspaper that serves several communities in the Southwest Metro, including Eden Prairie, Edina, and Bloomington. The Sun Current will keep you up to date with the latest comings and goings on your school board, city council, arts and entertainment, and community events. And make sure you check out their in-depth high school sports coverage featuring weekly articles on Eden Prairie, Edina, Jefferson, and Kennedy. From football and hockey to tennis and swimming, the Sun Current has your favorite team covered. Keep it local and visit the Sun Current website at current.mnsun.com. It's time for another round of live local play-by-play coverage of Southwest Metro high school sports. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Mulch Store, Performance Therapy Innovations, Alpha Investment Advisors, The Tavern on 4 and 5, The Sun Current, Home Video Studio, and in partnership with BEC TV, Bloomington Educational Cable Television. Catch all of the action all season long on your home for Southwest Metro Sports, PSB Media. Game time is coming up next.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome to high school hockey here on PSB Media. We're just underway here from the Eden Prairie Community Center as it's a late conference matchup here for Eden Prairie and Wayzata. As Hopkins. Late start got me. Here we go. Here's Hopkins dumping it into the Eden Prairie zone. Picking it up is Luke Snugrud as he'll get thrown up into the boards by the Royals. Along the near side boards, here comes Snugrud across the blue line, trying to go over to the right side, but it hit the skate of a Hopkins player. They'll have to regroup at their own blue line as Sullivan will play it up ahead to Steven Spinner. Leaves it for Snugrud, top of the circle, waits, and will send that over into the far side corner. Nobody home, and skating up what will be the Royals up along the far side. Sullivan to flip it up near the bench. Hard hit into the boards. Up along the advertising, it'll get poked up into the Eden Prairie benches. That's our first whistle of the game, as this one's 1 minute old between the Royals and the Eagles. Hopkins on the season comes in 7-11 on the year. Came off of a loss to Edina on Thursday night, where they gave the Hornets a respectable game, though, trailing only 3-1 after the first period. Gave a very talented team a good game. Up along the side, a battle for it out at neutral. It'll be Sullivan back in his own blue line. They'll retreat. Tried to go one touch up ahead to Riley Argetsinger. Now it'll be Aguilar. Backhanding it up off the half wall, and Hopkins will have it from their own zone. That'll be Anthony DiGiulio. They try to play that up ahead. It'll be Eden Prairie coming away with the puck. They'll send that over to the near side. Harry Pager will flip it in over into the Royal zone. And now back and forth we go back to Mark Sullivan. Sullivan with the puck. He'll send that up ahead to Luke Snugrud, who will tip it into the zone as they go off on a change. Hopkins up along the near side. Will skate with it up along the boards. They'll dump it into the zone where it'll be slowed down by Avers, who's making the start tonight. Giving Jake Gertis a spell after he had played, I think, the past 6 games for the Eagles. From the corner, they'll send it back to the end wall. They go up to the point. Schumacher Gagnon will dump it in. Now Parrish will make that Charlie Lawrence over to Snugrud. Snugrud will flip that into the zone. Jack Sullivan to give chase against Adam Fisher. He'll beat Fisher to the puck. Pass it over. Now they try to center it, but it was blocked as Hopkins will send that out into the neutral zone where it'll be Luke Snugrud. Snugrud can't sweep it into the zone. It's Schumacher Gagnon. They'll take a shot gloved out of the air by Avers as we'll get a whistle with 14:15 to go here in the first period. Okay. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's, now face off deep in the Eden Prairie zone. Off the face off, firing a shot with Schumacher Gagnon that went wide. That'll be Cole Lawrence, who's been up on the varsity team for the past few games, playing up on that first line with Spinner and Michael Graham. And can't hit Steven Spinner on that pass as he collides with the referee. It'll be icing against Eden Prairie with just under 14 minutes to go here in the first period. Glad to have you with us as tonight's game brought to you by Tavern on 4 and 5, the Mulch Store, Performance Therapy Innovations, and the Sun Current providing us coverage of this afternoon's game. It's senior night as the Eagles honored several seniors on their squad. Shot from the top of the circle by Schumacher Gagnon. Goes wide. They throw it at the net. And now from the point, it'll be taken away, and now they'll play that quickly up ahead to Spinner with a burst of speed. Tries to cut towards the net. Can't throw it on. Lawrence there in support along the far side. There's Spinner working his way towards the slot. Will pass it up to the point. And now they'll send that down low to Michael Graham, who has been red hot as of late. Scored the game winner against Benilde St. Margaret's on Tuesday and also had a goal against Burnsville on Thursday. And Sullivan will dump that in where it'll be gloved down. Hopkins up along the near side. They'll try to play it out, but Sullivan holds it in. Sullivan works his way to the circle, tries to center it, but tipped up into the air by the goaltender, Josh Comichael. As we'll get a whistle. Comichael on the season comes in 6-7 with a 3.32 goals against. Solid .903 save percentage for this Hopkins team, which again is 7-11 on the year. And Shu's shot was blocked as they'll throw that into the Eden Prairie zone. Can't get it to Artsinger. Now it's played back to Luke Snuggerud. He'll wait, survey the ice, and pass it back to his partner Brady Shu over to Riley Argetsinger. He'll dump it into the zone. Comichael to slow it down for the defense. Overshoot a teammate on that pass. Now it'll be thrown into the EP zone. No icing as Brady Shu will pick it up along the end wall. Turn it over momentarily. They try to center it, but nobody there. Now here comes the Eagles in transition as Jack Clays along with Snuggerud drops it for Snuggerud, stops at the top of the circle, fires a shot through traffic. That goes wide. Held in by Sullivan momentarily. And now they'll have to regroup with Michael Parrish at his own blue line. Overshoots fellow baseball player Jack Clays as it'll be whistled down with a little over 12 minutes to go here in the first period. We're still scoreless between EP and Hopkins. And the Royals snapped a 24-game conference losing streak when they beat Minnetonka in their conference game, a 5-2 win, which at the time was only the fourth time in the past 7 years Minnetonka had lost at the Pagal Activity Center. Jack Keeley will stick handle into the zone. They'll pass it up to the point to Aguilar, trying to get a tip from Michael Parrish. Didn't work out. They center it, but it's picked off by the Royals and tipped out of the zone. Nice snack. Now they'll dump it back into the end. There to win the race to the puck is Jack Sullivan on his backhand. He'll leave it for Michael Parrish. Parrish avoids a check. Now into the slot he goes. A shot and he scores. Michael Parrish gets Eden Prairie on the scoreboard first, making a fancy little move. Most of the lower part of the slot was able to go low stick side on the goaltender, and it's 1-0. Get you another look at that one. You'll see Parrish make that move right to the bottom of the circle, and it's 1-0. So for Michael Parrish, first goal of the season now gives him 4 points. Been playing down on that third line all season, so we're happy to get his first goal of the season. Here comes Graham trying to stick handle his way into the zone. It's sent over to Steven Spinner in the near side corner. Spinner will send that down low to Graham. Graham's all tied up by the Royal defender. Comes away with the puck now. We'll send it to Spinner. He'll spin around, avoid a check. Now his shot gets blocked. Good job on defense by Hopkins, and now they'll send that towards the blue line, or it'll be swatted ahead. And now here come Hopkins, 2-on-2, a shot and a block made by Avers. Good job there to clear that by Josh Lavin. Lavin will try to work his way in, a shot on Avers, sprawls to try to cover it up, and he does. Good opportunity for the Royals as they get their first good scoring chance of the game. Give you another look at that one. See Lavin down there causing some havoc around the defense. Had to make Avers sprawl and make that save. You get some numbers on Avers on the season. Played in just 3 games, 2-1 with a .267 goals against. Also an .889 save percentage. And Gertis sees the majority of the time as he'll stick that one aside. And now it's Eden Prairie in transition from the far side board. Stopping is Riley Argetsinger. Out in front, a shot. It's the goal post. And Argetsinger gets a good chance on the rebound opportunity. As it'll be Hopkins sending that over to the right side. It's Luke Snuggerud. Snuggerud plays it outside the zone where it'll be picked up by Fisher. Tipping it into the zone with Schumacher Gagnon. He'll get in a race to the puck with Brady Shue. Up ahead they go to Jack Keeley. And that one poked away by the Hopkins defense. Bold now tried to send it out at center to Jack Sullivan. Sullivan towards the circle. We'll have it tied up. Tried to flip it up ahead to a teammate. Gets it back, and now he'll dump it into the zone. There for Hopkins will be DeJulio. And now it's finally cleared outside as they play it back to Mark Sullivan. Lost his stick handle. He'll retreat back into his own zone. Between the circles, retreat again over to Andy Aguilar. Aguilar's pass intercepted. The Royals can't make their way in 1-on-3. Now they go over along the near side. Mark Sullivan, who's seen a long shift, will kick that one ahead. Now the Royals will have it in their own end as they'll play it back behind the net of Comichael. And there to pick it up will be DeJulio. DeJulio off the wall and out. There to pick it up is Luke Snuggerud. Snuggerud with points in all but 4 games this season for Eden Prairie. Steven Spinner can't get a stick handle on that one. And now trying to spin and fire was Michael Graham. It's played back out into neutral. As they'll pass that over to Brady Shue. Ahead to Nieder, across to Spinner. Spinner will leave it for Snuggerud. Towards the left circle, he'll skate behind the net, try a wraparound and go up high. Doesn't work out though, and now Hopkins from their own end are able to get it outside the zone as colliding with the referee. And now it's Eden Prairie. Up ahead out to center. Graham will send that over to Snuggerud. Snuggerud trying to work around a check. Will leave it for a teammate Graham. Got a lot of traffic out in front. Now the Royals in transition. Here comes Matt Hines. He'll dump it in. Hines will send Shue into the boards. Hines will center it. They're trying to find Jimmy Copples. And now from the near side corner, Hopkins looking awfully impressive so far in this one. Trailing just 1-0. They've had a number of good opportunities so far in this game. And we're going to whistle with 7:35 this first period, more than halfway over. A lot of good action and 2 or 3 good scoring opportunities for the Royals as they'll get a face-off here in the Eden Prairie zone. Face-off will be to the right of Avers as Hopkins will win the face-off. Up they point to go to Danny Wagner. His shot goes wide. Now tied up along the end wall. Trying to dig it out are a couple of players for each squad. Hopkins will come away with it. They lost it off their skate. Now 3-on-2 are the Eagles if they're able to get it outside cleanly. Wagner off the wall. He's able to clear the zone. And now at the Eden Prairie zone, they'll have the puck, will the Eagles. Over to Pager out at center. Couldn't retrieve that bouncing puck. And now getting checked off the puck is Josh Lavin. They'll send it up ahead, but overshoot their winger, and now Eden Prairie to get it right back. It'll be Argensinger who will dump it into the zone. Picking it up will be Jack Clays along the far side corner. Clays will dump it in. Hold possession at the top of the circle, try to go across to Snuggerud, a little bit ahead of him. Snuggerud will work his way down low, stick handle behind the net, try to wrap around again. Second time he's tried that. Michael there to cover it up with 6:26 here in the first period. Still 1-0 Eden Prairie with the lead, as again picking up that goal was Michael Parrish, which was his first of the season, and he has 4 points on the year now. And right off the face-off at the blue line, they'll dump it into the corner. Jack Sullivan can't quite get the reach to pick it up. Now it'll be Jack Keeley. Tried to center it, comes off the skate, broken play. Parrish will score again and pick up his second on the night. Quite a night for him as he scored both goals, and the Eagles are out 2-0. Take another look at this one as it was Keeley initially trying to center it. After bouncing around in the slot area, he was there to pick it up, and it's 2-0. So the second goal comes at 6:12. As we'll do it again here in the faceoff circle. Yeah. P. Wagner actually running camera. We'll go with that. 10:48 tick. Yeah. It's played back to Luke Snuggerud off the faceoff. Well, Pager actually gets credit for the goal and missed the one on the jersey, and now so 9-1-9 with the goals. Pager and Parrish 2-0 as they try to feed Snuggerud at the point. Right in front they find Spinner, and Comichael able to get a piece of that one as Spinner was wide open out in front. Now they'll fire it at net. Cole Lawrence trying to get a tip out in front. It's Spinner in the corner. Now back behind the net. They work their way to the corner, up to the point to Snuggerud. Looks for a tip again from Lawrence. Gets a rebound, fires a shot, and there to cover it up is Comichael. And as a couple of players go flying to the ice. Coming up on Thursday, they have a big Eden Prairie boys hockey game as they'll be heading to Braemar to take on Edina. We'll have it for you on PSB. Of course, next Saturday they'll be on the road to take on Wayzata over at the Plymouth Ice Center. And for a rematch of a 1-0 loss they suffered earlier this season. Argetsinger in the circle. And they'll dump it in where it'll be picked up by Argetsinger. Tried to center it, but it hit the skate of Matt Hines. Now to Bold now. Top the slot. Fires a shot, and a save made by Comichael trying to go 5-hole. As it'll be whistled down. We're just over 5 minutes left here in the first period. Face-off will be to the left of the goaltender, Comichael. And comes into the game with that save percentage, just sitting a tad over 900. Off the face-off plays over to Brady Shue. And that one will be snatched. Comichael was going to go over the net anyways, but won't risk it. And Argetsinger will win the face-off, play it back to Shue. Fired a shot. Argetsinger will pick it up along the advertising. Spin around and backhand it. And now they're going to whistle it has apparently hit the netting on the way out. In our broadcast tonight, also brought to you by Advocare Clinics in Minnesota. Also healthy training at Eden Prairie and performance therapy innovations. PTI, if you're wanting to stay in shape in terms of your golf game, they have an indoor facility Dr. Grant Norland runs. They can analyze your swing with 3D technology. They're located in the Golden Triangle at Eden Prairie. AthletesPTI.com, AthletesPTI.com. As it'll be dumped into the zone. There to retrieve it is Jack Keeley. Being tied up behind the net, and now Jack Sullivan will dig it out. Mark Sullivan try to blast with a player right in front of him. They'll have to regroup as it'll be Sullivan to Sullivan. Those two actually played on a line with John Sullivan with proportions of last season. But pretty much when those three were on a line, you were right with whichever last name you called. Michael Parrish will try to throw that out in front, a backhanded opportunity. Now they'll throw it back at the net, and Michael there to make the save. Also have a big girls hockey game taking place here on PSB that you can watch. It's the Eden Prairie girls on the road at Edina. Kevin Agstrom is calling that one. Big matchup because that one likely will determine who will be the number 1 seed in the girls section 2AA. Try to hit the home run pass up to Schumacher-Gagnon. It'll be tipped into the zone. Schumacher-Gagnon will send it up to the point. They'll try to go back down low. Sullivan deliver a hit along the far side boards. Cole Lawrence up ahead to Steven Spinner. Here's Spinner top of the circle, trying to throw it out to center to Michael Graham, and we're going to get a penalty against Hopkins in our first power play of the night for Eden Prairie. And Eden Prairie's power play been struggling a little bit as of late, but we're able to up that percentage when they score 2 goals on that 5-man advantage against Benilde St. Margaret's. They did get a power play goal against Burnsville, going 0 for 1. And off the face-off, it'll be Snuggerud at the point. Feed Snuggerud at the point. Snuggerud over to Michael Graham. Down low they go. They get it to Mark Sullivan up at the dot. Now Graham will send it down low. It's Steven Spinner to the circle. They find Michael Graham, and they score on the power play. Riley Argetsinger, and it's 3-0. So just 26 seconds into that power play, they convert, and they take a 3-0 lead. Here's another look at that one. Here on our replay, give you a look at that as we update the scoreboard. So for Riley Argetsinger, breaks a bit of a drought that he had, as he'll pick up his 7th goal on the season now with 16 points. On the past 3 games without scoring a goal, as Snuggerud will throw it right back into the zone. Back to live action now. Spinner will lose it out in the Hopkins zone. They'll get it right back and play it over to Nieder. Over to Spinner out in the neutral zone. Spinner will try to go across to Luke Snuggerud. One-touch pass up ahead to Nieder as he tips it into the zone. They'll leave it at the circle. And Michael Graham open on the weak side. Couldn't get it. And now a big hit delivered along those near side boards. And a whistle with 2:18. And Eden Prairie will pick up a penalty as it'll be Steven Spinner heading to the box, so Hopkins on the power play. Yeah, we'll have to see if it's a 2 or a 5. And they're just going to give Spinner a 2. So he'll head to the box. Taking a look at Hopkins' power play numbers on the season. Come in at 15.7%. Eden Prairie's penalty kill on the season over their past 10 games only at 66%, and they nearly get a tip over there towards the net. Now they play it up to the point. Open shot steered away by Gertis. They hold it in and play that over to the point to Danny Wagner. Now into the corner they go. Up to the point, it's Wagner, sending it over to the left side on the point. Now they feed it back down low, work their way up towards the circle. Minute 25 on the power play. Goes off the skate, and that'll allow Eden Prairie to clear it in. He's not getting that pass cleanly, was Anthony DeGiulio. Michael to slow it down, and they nearly get a shorthanded goal. Would have been their 5th of the season. That was Parrish looking for it. There's a shot, and they score! Hopkins makes it a 3-1 game. And Josh Lavin beating the goaltender Eric Avers. Low stick side. Take a look at this one again. And Hopkins is able to make it 3-1. So the penalty kill struggles continue for Eden Prairie. Again, coming in at under 70% on the penalty kill the last few games. And it's a big goal to get them right back into this. So Nate Nelson picks up the goal on the power play. And now they'll send that down low. Lavin will try to feed it up ahead. It'll be dumped into the zone, and it'll be icing. With a little over a minute here in the first period. We'll wind our clock so it matches up with the game clock here at the community center. But for Nate Nelson, that's his 3rd goal of the season with 8 points now for the Royals. off the face-off, Spinner trying to work his way between the circles. A stop, fire a shot, look for a tip. Cole Lawrence couldn't get one. Now it's Snuggerud. Back to Lawrence. Up to the point to Spinner. Snap shot goes over the net. Now another slapper from Mark Sullivan, rung around the end wall, picked up by Snuggerud. Try to drop it down low for Lawrence. Outlet pass intercepted by Mark Sullivan. We'll get it up ahead to Spinner. Left it for Snuggerud. Snuggerud along the far side. Can't work his way out in front. That's Michael Graham. Graham up to Sullivan. Trying to tip that away with the Royals. And now Lawrence will work his way down to the end wall. There in support is Michael Graham. 15 seconds to go. And they misfire on that pass up to the point. Maybe one more rush for Snuggerud. Trying to hit the home run pass up ahead to Michael Graham, and that's pretty much going to do it here for the first period. As it's Eden Prairie out to a 3-1 lead over Hopkins. We'll take a timeout and have more on the way for you. But up next here on PSBMN.com.
I wish it was spring.
Hello, Carl.
Whoa, who are you?
I'm the Mulch Store Genie.
Well, your entrance music makes you sound like an alien.
We Mulch Store Genies survive on grass and compost, not snow and ice.
If you're a genie, where's your lamp?
Mulch Store Genies live... Never mind you. Let's get to the point. You had a wish for me, Carl.
Yeah, I wished it would be spring.
Your wish is my command.
Sweet, this is much better. Wow, my lawn looks great too.
Indeed, Carl. That's the power of the Mulch Store Genius.
Thanks.
Tell your friends of my mulching powers.
The Mulch Store, granting beautiful lawn and landscaping wishes since 2000. Store locations in Burnsville, Minnetrista, Rosemount, and
Welcome back to the Eden Prairie Community Center. It's 3-1. The Eagles lead Hopkins here after the first period. Let's give you a scoring summary of that first period. Both Eden Prairie goals were scored by Michael Parrish and Harry Pager. And the Hopkins goal again scored at the 118 mark by Nate Nelson, picking up his third goal of the season. As he now has 8 points, certainly making the game more interesting. As that was only the 12th goal Hopkins had scored on the power play this season, as that percentage will jump up a little bit for them. Shots on goal in the first period, 13-5. Eden Prairie with the lead in that department. As again, it was Eric Evers making 4 saves, and also for the netminder for Hopkins, Michael saving 10 of 13 shots that he faced. Let's see if we can get you a score update from the Eden Prairie girls hockey game, as again they're taking on Edina in a 2AA matchup, at least playing for seeding in Section 2AA. And currently they're scoreless in the first period in their game. So that's what's going on elsewhere. Unfortunately, don't have any out-of-town scores to report to you from the hub in terms of boys hockey. So we'll go ahead and take another timeout and have the second period on the way in probably a little over 10 minutes here on PSB Media.
Think about the best athletes in the world, no matter the sport. How did they rise above the competition? These athletes didn't get to the top of their game on talent alone. They trained hard, and they trained right. PTI will work with your athlete to reach new heights. They'll get a high-level customized program from a skilled professional who truly cares about and understands your athlete's needs. The results at PTI will give your son or daughter the confidence and determination to unleash their full potential. Performance Therapy Innovations, where athletes get results. We're speaking with Rob Friend at the mulch store. Rob, once people have finished up trimming those trees or raking those leaves, how easy is it for them to stop in at the mulch store to drop off those materials, or maybe even pick up some mulch for next year?
Well, if you want to stop in and drop off, you come in, check in at the gate attendant, and they'll point you in the right direction after you pay a small fee. And if you're ready to pick up something to do a final garden or mulch project, pick out the product you want, pay for the fee, and we'll load up a trailer or a pickup truck if you have that. If not, we do have delivery available.
And of course, you guys have locations all over the metro area.
That's right. For locations and more information on delivery, you can check us out at our website, mulchstoremn.com.
Guys, this is my cousin Raj.
Hey, boys, I just saved a ton of cash with my State Farm discount double check. So the brats are on me. Oh, jeez.
Crazy dream. Easy. You're gonna wreck Bob's dream. By the way, how's that sausage pillow?
Delicious Coach Dick.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbier's State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie, a local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbier.com.
Welcome back to the Eden Prairie Community Center as we're getting set for the start of the second period. Eden Prairie versus Hopkins. Eagles out to a 3-1 lead. Royals made things very interesting, though, at the end of the first period. Getting that power play goal from Nate Nelson. Again, the penalty kill struggling a bit for Eden Prairie. The good news was those last two games against Benilde St. Margaret's and Burnsville, they combined for only 2 penalties. They had 1 in each game, so certainly a key for them staying out of the box. So you certainly don't want to give Hopkins the opportunity to try to make this a 1-goal game. As we'll put their first unit on the ice of Graham Spinner and Cole Lawrence. Again, that unit's done a nice job playing together here since they been kind of playing around with that third player they've had up on that first line. Shoemaker-Gagnon will send that across the ice. There to chase it down will be Brady Shue of Eden Prairie. Shue will bank it off the wall, overshoots his teammate. There's the goal scorer, Nate Nelson, tried to center it, picked off by Eden Prairie. And now here's Steven Spinner with a burst of speed and not able to get to the puck in time as it's icing with 16:31 here in our first period. Again, shots on goal in that first period, 13-5. The Eagles held the lead in that department. They've had the edge, and I think on all but 4 games this season in terms of shots on goal. Held a heavy shot advantage against Burnsville on Thursday night. There's a shot right off the face-off. Avers able to make the save. They can't clear the zone. Now over along the far side will be picked up by Sweeney, poked up into the air, and along the far side wall, Hopkins will dump it into the zone. They try to center it. Snuggerud there to deny. Good forecheck here from the Hopkins Royals as now Eden Prairie goes across to Cole Lawrence. Lawrence across the blue line. They'll dump it behind the net. Picking it up will be to Julio. Julio can't clear. It's sent across. And now in a breakout, they try to hit a long pass to Avery and Namdaman. And now Snuggerud there to dig it away. They'll be offsides, though, with 15:50 here in the second period. You can watch our games, broadcasts of Eden Prairie Boys Hockey on the big screen at the Tavern on 4 and 5, showing several games throughout the season. Get some great food. Personal favorite are the cheesy tater tots, which I had the other day there. So check it out, get some great food, and watch EP Hockey on the big screen. The Tavern on 4 and 5, as that'll be dumped into the zone and slowed down by Michael. Argetsinger and Pager trying to dig that out. Hard hit into the boards. There's Pager spinning around, setting it up top to Aguilar. They go back. Jack plays down low. Plays to feed Harry Pager. Voids a check. Pager passed it up to the point to Aguilar. And now here comes with a burst of speed a Hopkins Royals player who took the worst of that spill. Now they try a wraparound. Can't get it to convert, and they'll backhand it down deep into the zone. It'll be Jimmy Copples, the first baseman on the Hopkins baseball team. And right out in front they find an open player, but Aguilar there to block that shot. Turnover, and a shot turned away. Jimmy Copples trying to capitalize on that turnover in the EP zone. A little sloppy here defensively for the Eagles as they try to clear it out. There's Hopkins from their own bench dumping it in. Great shift from that unit. As it'll be Charlie Lawrence trying to hit Harry Pager on that pass, and the Royals skate with it right back into the zone. Bounces over Eric Avers. Fortunately for him, it was bouncing wide. Now Argetsinger having some trouble with it in his own zone. Hit off the puck. That was Hines delivering that one, but they may be calling him for a penalty. Hopkins fans are not too happy about that one. It'll be an Eden Prairie power play, which too bad for the Royals, putting on great pressure during that shift. It'll be Hines going to the penalty box, and Eden Prairie will go on the power play for the second time this afternoon. Again, they scored on their first power play of the game earlier. Wasn't a very nasty hit delivered by Hines, but the referee got him for it. And off the face-off, Eden Prairie wins it. They'll send it over to Mark Sullivan, fanned on a pass. Now over to Snuggerud from the point. Graham will send it down low. There's a shot from an odd angle, which gets tipped up into the netting. And a $1.46 on the power play. And looking at the power play numbers overall on the season, the Eagles are at 18.6%, with that percentage rising a bit with those 2 power play goals they scored against Benilde. Of course, it'll rise even more with the power play goal they had in the first period. Snuggerud with a blast that goes wide. Pinching in Mark Sullivan. Back up to Snuggerud. Tried a backhanded pass, but good pressure put on by Shoemaker-Gagnon. Evers will have to slow it down for the Nebraska-Omaha recruit. And nearly lost his stick handle. Shoemaker-Gagnon. Boy, Eagles very sloppy in their own zone here in the second period. Lucky Hopkins hasn't made him pay for those turnovers. Spinner working his way towards the net. Will crash into the goalpost. And over a minute to go here on the power play. Give you another look at that Steven Spinner rush. You can see how much speed he has, but a little too much on that one. And be outside the zone. With their first power play unit on the ice, they'll win the draw and send it back to Snuggerud. Across the blue line, he'll drop it back for Spinner. Shot from the top of the circle, and an easy save made by Comichael. So halfway over here on the power play. Hopkins' penalty kill numbers on the season, 78.6%. They'll win the draw. Over to Sullivan, faked a slap shot, now back to Snuggerud. Will feed Graham. Graham works his way to the circle, now back up to Snuggerud. Shot through traffic, blocked by Jimmy Coppels. They get it back, fire another shot, rebound given up, but sprawling to get his glove on that one was the goaltender Comichael. So overall 47 seconds left on the power play. Be a big kill here for Hopkins because, again, they were putting on all sorts of pressure before picking up that penalty. And off the face-off, Pager had it all tied up in his skates. They try to poke it up to the point to Aguilar. Now back down low they go. Second power play unit on the ice. Here's Clays. Aguilar. Shot blocked and cleared away by Hopkins. Brady Shue to retrieve it from behind his own net. They'll leave it for Andy Aguilar. They overshoot Jack Sullivan and swatted right back into the zone by Holmquist. Aguilar from behind the net. Time for maybe one more rush with under 10 on the power play. Up ahead to Jack Sullivan. Sullivan tries to find Pager. Rebound, but nothing doing there. And the power play's over, as it'll be whistled dead. And over 12 minutes to go here in the second period. Face-off will be out here at center ice. Senior day here at the community center, so I know a lot of the senior players on this team, I mean their family, friends all attending this one. Sometimes add a little pressure these types of games. Play back on the blue line to Mark Sullivan, go across to Luke Snuggerud. Jack Keeley couldn't get the pass cleanly. Now Sullivan will try to weave his way out at center. Turn the puck over, and here comes the Royals. A shot and a glove save made by Avers, as that was Nate Nelson looking for his second goal on the game. Again, another turnover, this time in the neutral zone, and the Royals nearly make him pay for it again. You can see Nelson trying to go glove side on Avers. And man, Royals really looking tough here in this second period. As they throw it on net, Avers there to hug the goalpost and turn it away. It'll be Shoemaker-Gagnon in the corner, leaving it for a teammate. Now they'll work their way along the boards. Here in the corner it's Noah Bragg. Bragg trying to drop it. Now a loose puck comes away to Steven Spinner, going to be one-on-one after he crosses the blue line. Has Graham as a trailer, and they try to redirect it into the net. penalty coming up on the play, as an Eden Prairie player is slow to get up. Catch a number on that, but while they tend to him, we'll go ahead and take a timeout ourselves. You're listening to Eden Prairie versus Hopkins hockey right here on PSB Media.
I wish it was spring.
Hello, Carl.
Whoa, who are you?
I'm the mulch store genie.
Well, your entrance music makes you sound like an alien.
We mulch store genies survive on grass and compost, not snow and ice.
If you're a genie, where's your lamp?
Mulch store genies live, never mind you.
There's a shot by Josh Lavin, and it's covered up by Avers. We're at the 11-11. Again, power play was actually given to Hopkins, so they'll get a chance to convert here on their second opportunity. Up along the advertising, Keeley will poke it down low to Bold now. Now Hopkins at the point. They'll work their way down low, bank it over to Josh Lavin. And there's a shot sprawling to make the save is Avers, and well, it makes you wonder who's the number 9 rated team in the state in this one. Hopkins razor sharp here in the period, but just as I say that, they overshoot a pass down into the Eden Prairie zone. We'll let our power play clock run and our game clock run to catch up with the official time here at the community center. 10:46 in the second period, and we have a little over a minute 20 on the power play for Hopkins. Now we're synced up. Here's Hopkins from their own zone. Along the near side boards is DeJulio, who will dump it in. DeJulio will chase it down himself. And now from the far side corner, good job to tie it up momentarily by Charlie Lawrence. Up to the point they go. Shoemaker Gagnon will drop it for his teammate DeJulio, who fires a shot right into the belly of Eric Avers. As there's under a minute here on the Hopkins power play. And the penalty earlier was assessed to Steven Spinner, senior captain with 25 penalty minutes on the season. Shot goes wide, takes a nasty carom off the end wall, and now the net comes loose. Catch that one again with that nasty bounce that took. Take a look at that hard blast, and took a hard bounce off the wall and nearly gave the Royals a chance at a rebound or a second opportunity. They'll send that over to the weak side. Not getting it on his stick cleanly was Noah Knapp. And now it's 2-on-2 for Eden Prairie, shorthanded, but Snuggerud falls down. Now an odd man rush for Hopkins. 2-on-1. What a move made around the defense by Noah Bragg. Now they get it right back. A point-blank chance and a save made by Avers. Hopkins from behind the net. Down to 17 on the power play. They try to get the tip out in front from Nate Nelson. Eden Prairie will bank it off the wall, but not out. Another shot through traffic looking for a tip. Hopkins will get it back again. They send it across the crease. Now back behind the net. Power play about to expire as Brady Shue delivering some hits, and boy, do they need to be full strength as the Royals putting on all sorts of pressure. Now they try a long pass to Jack Sullivan, but can't convert. But what a power play for the Royals as they come close a couple of times to making this a one-goal game. Face-off will be to the left of the senior goaltender, Avers. And Keeley will get it off the face-off. Hopkins player will lose his stick. Eagles from their own zone will pass it over near the bench. Keeley had trouble with it. Will push it up ahead to Parrish. Threw it out to center, but nobody there but a Hopkins defenseman. Now dumped back in. It'll be chased down by Austin Fisher. Fisher along the end wall, and a hard hit delivered into the boards. comes Michael Parrish. He gets tripped up, and a penalty's coming up. It's Normandin. And Eden Prairie will go right back on the power play, 1 for 2 so far in the game. So another big power play opportunity here for EP to try to take away some of the momentum that the Royals have built. It's Snugrud. Down low they go. Spinner. Senior captain will backhand it up to Graham. Will give and go to Spinner. Spinner, a shot from the dot, and he scores. Steven Spinner able to snipe it past Michael, and it's 4-1 Eden Prairie. Pull it up and give you another look at that. As you see Graham and Spinner working on that give and go, going right back to Spinner, and then the shot from the dot, able to beat Michael, and 4-1. Now they'll send that across near the Hopkins bench. Aguilar over to Spinner. Royals are offsides. Now they clear up, but it's Eden Prairie with the puck. Spinner able to get around to Hopkins' defense. Works his way towards the slot. Steered away by the goaltender, Michael. Now Cole Lawrence from the end wall. They'll drop it for Graham. Graham to backhand it down low to Cole Lawrence. Lawrence gets tied up in the corner by Austin Fisher. Now across to Charlie Lawrence. After bouncing off a couple of skates, still in the zone. Here's a shot that goes wide from Graham. Around to Charlie Lawrence into the corner. They throw it across the crease, trying to hit Harry Pager. The Royals will bank it off the wall and ice it at 7:21 in the second period. And an update on the girls hockey game at Braemar Ice Arena that we're also covering here on PSB. That one's scoreless in the first period with Edina and Eden Prairie. And a matchup which will likely determine the number 1 seed in Section 2AA for the girls. Around the end wall and poked outside the zone by Hines. It'll be Mark Sullivan going across to Clays, and they're offsides by a mile. As they'll have to regroup. Both these teams sitting on 1-1 in the Lake Conference. Both teams with victories on the road at the Pagel Activity Center. Eden Prairie's Lake Conference loss was a 1-0 decision against Wayzata, while Hopkins dropped the game to Edina 7-1 on Thursday night. Mark Sullivan to fire that right back in the zone. It's picked up by Harry Pager. Now loose at the circle, it's Argetsinger spinning around trying to avoid the check of Julio. Argetsinger stick handling around, will backhand it down low to Clays. Clays takes an odd angle shot that goes wide. For Hopkins, it's Jacob Myers. Now down deep in the zone, they try to center it, was blocked. Sullivan still good at the line, shot from the dot. Rebound, Michael able to get his glove on it. There's some extracurricular activities here after the whistle. Give you another look at that last opportunity. As Michael gave up that rebound, but was able to recover in time to get it under his glove. And we are going to get a penalty on the play, at least one, as they're going to send Danny Wagner to the box, it looks like. So he'll be in the box, and it is going to be an Eden Prairie power play. No one going in for their side. We'll see what the official call is here. I thought they were going to get coincidentals for the Pushing and shoving there after the whistle. So they'll give Wagner a cross-checking call with 6:19 to go here in the second period. Mark Sullivan, Snugrud at the point. They feed Spinner. Tried to go back to Graham out in front. Sullivan able to hold it. Getting it back was Michael Graham. His shot was blocked out in front. Now Matt Hines will try to clear it. It goes out of play with 1:38 on the power play. Eagles will have that first power play unit on the ice. It's up to Snugrud. Graham will go back to Snugrud up at that left point, now to the right side to Mark Sullivan. And poked away from Snugrud. Here comes an opportunity for the Royals. One-on-one against Snugrud. They try a backdoor pass, but fortunately for them, it went to Mark Sullivan. Eden Prairie's 4-on-2 as they drop it for Spinner. He fires a shot that goes wide. And it gets outside the zone. One-on-one is Jimmy Copples against Mark Sullivan. Snugrud, nice job on the back check as they try to go across, but it hit the skate of Luke Snugrud as they wanted to go back door to Mac Hines. Now it's Mark Sullivan. Snugrud shot wide of the mark. Sullivan will get it back at the blue line, but it goes outside the zone and they'll have to regroup. Power play 2 for 3 on the night so far. Snugrud avoids a stick check. Will backhand that over to the side, but it'll hit the timekeeper, and looks like he's all right, though, as look at a whistle here with a half minute to go on the power play. Well, the faceoff will be inside the Hopkins zone. Second unit on the ice for the Eagles of Clays, Pager, also Shue and Aguilar. Shot from Clays wide of the mark. 22 on the power play. Pager, a shot right into the belly of Comichael, who makes the save. Again, 4-1, the Eagles with the lead. And cash in here on the power play in the waning seconds. Around the end wall, but not out. It's Shue at the point. Shue is shot through traffic trying to get the tip from Clays. Jack Sullivan at the top of the circle. Stop. Feed Aguilar. Fan on his pass attempt, still inside the zone. Across to Brady Shue. And snared by Comichael as the power play has expired. Tonight's our game also brought to you by Healthy Training and the Mulch Store. Best compost in the Midwest, sold at the Mulch Store. They have locations all over the metro area. Find it online at mulchstoremn.com. Great way to make your neighbors green with envy once we finally get out of yet another polar vortex and hopefully get to spring in the next 2 or 3 months. mulchstoremn.com. Hopkins will play it back in their own zone. Austin Fisher will get thrown on net where it's slowed down by Avers, who hasn't seen a shot in the last few minutes or so after the power play opportunity. Flipped up into the air off the ceiling as they tried to get neater in transition. 3:43 in the second period. And the face-off down deep into the left of Avers. Now backhand it where it'll be Snugrud in the zone. Pinching in to try to hold it was Hines. Snugrud will play that up ahead to the left side. Here comes Jack Keeley dumping it into the zone. Comichael will cover it up. overall, if you count the jerseys that you can see in the corner of the Hopkins zone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seniors on this roster. As among the seniors on this team, Quinn Ridlin, who's out for the season with that arm injury. Also Harry Pager, Luke Snuggerud, Nieder, Jack Sullivan, Jay Gertis, Colton Schmidt, who's out in this game, Jack Keeley, Steven Spinner, Jack Clays, Michael Parrish, Charlie Lawrence, all the seniors on this year's team. Definitely a veteran squad that Coach Lee Smith has this season. Team has high expectations with that 11-5-2 record. And we whistle down after Avers tried to play that up to the blue line. And a very veteran team, just two sophomores currently playing on the varsity roster with Michael Graham and then Cole Lawrence. Beginning of the season, Graham was the only sophomore up playing varsity. And a penalty was assessed to Eden Prairie, so Hopkins on the power play. There's an interference call was whistled against Brady Shue. Hopkins will drop that down low to Sweeney. A Nelson and taken away. It's Snuggerud. Played into the zone and they'll get a whistle. As an Eden Prairie player would fall into the ice. Now a penalty coming up against Hopkins, so that'll do it for their power play, as will be 4-on-4. And one of the most senior-laden teams that Coach Lee Smith has had this season, which is kind of funny because it made for a long senior night ceremony here at the community center. Can't hold it in as Charlie Lawrence will try to send it across to Snuggerud. He'll win it to the dot, try to center it to Steven Spinner, turned away by the Hopkins defense. Tripped up there, and that's an easy penalty to call as the Royals will go right back on the man advantage. Another 2-on-1. A shot goes up into the netting. So the Royals will be 4-on-3 for about a minute. It's about the easiest tripping call you'll ever make. We'll go against Michael Graham. It'll be Keeley Aguilar and Mark Sullivan on the ice for the Royals. They'll go with Schumacher Gagnon. Also Nate Nelson at the point. They'll have DeJulio. And also the man who currently has the puck, Matt Hines. Hines down low. Schumacher Gagnon. Off the wall and up to DeJulio. One-timer to Hines. A shot turned away by Avers. Shot blocked. There's another shot and scooped up by Avers. With a minute 51 and 38 seconds on the 4-on-3 power play for the Royals. Will be 4-on-4 for a few seconds once Brady Shue comes out of the box in 38. And it splits the defense off the faceoff. As Hines will go across to Matt Hines. Excuse me, that was DeJulio across to Hines. Tied up in the skate and poked ahead by Matt Hines. Sullivan can't clear the zone. Nate Nelson feed Hines. Right in front, they trying to get Schumacher Gagnon, who was open on the doorstep. It's DeJulio working down low. Now 4-on-4. 25 seconds before the Royals will go back on a 5-on-4 power play. DeJulio's shot goes wide. Pitching in to try to hold it was Matt Hines. Now DeJulio, a shot way up into the air. Yes, he'll throw one on. And save made by Avers with more pushing and a shoving there after the whistle. So for 32, actually make that 7 seconds. Will remain 4-on-4. Again, Hopkins will go on a very brief power play. And a couple of ticks. Oh, went it up to DeJulio. DeJulio fires a shot blocked by Steven Spinner. And here's Steven Spinner trying to create a breakaway with a burst of speed towards the net, turned away. There's officially 30 seconds on the clock now as we're a couple seconds behind on ours. Hopkins will throw it out into the neutral zone as Shu will try to dump it in. And now we're going to whistle with 21 to go and a face-off in the Royals zone. 4 seconds remain on the penalty to Michael Graham. See what Coach Lee Smith and the Eagles can draw up here on this face-off. They've had a number of goals directly off face-offs, including one on Thursday night against Burnsville. And part of that 3-3 tie they had against the Blaze. Pushed into the corner, they're full strength. They try a wraparound, still loose out in front. The Royals will clear the zone with 10 seconds, and that should be icing with 7.8. Even strike now for the first time in a few minutes. Coming up in our second intermission, we'll give you a scoring recap and also stats on the game so far and try to grab you some out-of-town scores as well. And that's Spinner, I think, is going to get a penalty here at the end of the period with 1 second left. Spinner's slow to get up, but he's going to be going to the penalty box, and also so will Hopkins player Avery Mermandin. They're calling Spinner over to the box, trying to sneak and stay onto the ice, but he'll go as well. He got the initial penalty, and then he was hit, which is why Mermandin's in the box as well. We should still be 5-on-5. Now they'll send an extra player on the ice for the Royals. And that'll do it here for the second period as it's 4-1. Eden Prairie out with the lead. We'll take a timeout, have more on the way. It's high school hockey here on PSB Media.
Great food and great sports. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5 in Eden Prairie. This season, the Tavern on 4 and 5 will be showing several PSB broadcasts of Eden Prairie boys hockey on the big screen TVs. So make it a night out. Get some great food and watch the EP boys hockey team at the Tavern on 4 and 5. Some of their classics include the Mediterranean pizza, the Tavern turkey burger, and my personal favorite, the cheesy tater tots. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5, located just blocks from Eden Prairie High School.
I wish it was spring.
Hello, Carl.
Whoa, who are you?
I'm the Mulch Store Genie.
Well, your entrance music makes you sound like an alien.
We Mulch Store Genies survive on grass and compost, not snow and ice.
If you're a genie, where's your lamp?
Mulch Store Genies live. Never mind you. Let's get to the point. You had a wish for me, Carl.
Yeah, I wished it would be spring.
Your wish is my command.
Sweet, this is much better. Wow, my lawn looks great too.
Indeed, Carl. That's the power of the mulch store genius.
Thanks.
Tell your friends of my mulching powers.
The Mulch Store, granting beautiful lawn and landscaping wishes since 2000. Store locations in Burnsville, Minnetrista, Rosemount, and Shakopee.
Jeepers, it's the creeper!
What do we do now? It's a mystery.
I know. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Zoinks! It's Lucy, like our favorite State Farm agent lady.
Hi, gang. I'll handle it. And that's not really a monster.
Creeper!
Mr. Carswell!
You meddling kids. State Farm takes the mystery out of dealing with insurance. Get to a groovier state.
Ray, why aren't you eating? Like these insurance bills are so high, I've lost my appetite. I am freaking out.
Mysteriously high rates can be stressful. Switch to State Farm for discounts up to 40%. Get to a groovier state.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbeer's State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie, a local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbeer.com. Stay current on what's going on in your local community. The Sun Current is a local community newspaper that serves several communities in the Southwest Metro, including Eden Prairie, Edina, and Bloomington. The Sun Current will keep you up to date with the latest comings and goings on your school board, city council, arts and entertainment, and community events. And make sure you check out their in-depth high school sports coverage featuring weekly articles on Eden Prairie, Edina, Jefferson, and Kennedy. From football and hockey to tennis and swimming, the Sun Current has your favorite team covered. Keep it local and visit the Sun Current website at current.mnsun.com. And welcome on back to the Eden Prairie Community Center. It's 4-1. The Eagles lead Hopkins here after 2 periods on PSB Media. Some surprising stats to pass along to you. Hopkins actually outshot Eden Prairie in the second period by a 14-13 margin. Overall, Eden Prairie has a 26-19 shots on goal margin for the game. Power play, the Eagles are 2 for 4 on the power play. Tonight, Hopkins is 1 for 3. And again, after 2 periods, we have the Eagles out in front with a 4-1 lead. Have a score from Braemar to pass to you. Again, the Eden Prairie girls playing in a very big matchup here on this Saturday afternoon, trying to clinch the number 1 seed in Section 2. And currently the Eagles out in front of Edina, 2-1 after 2 periods. Kevin saying the Hornets have hung tough if they killed off 4 power plays in the second, including a 5-on-3. So fortunate probably for them that they only trail that game by a 2-1 margin. Again, EP with the lead over Edina. And girls hockey, you can also watch that on PSB. Have another boys game here taking place on PSB Media as it's Bloomington Kennedy playing on BEC TV, and we're of course broadcasting that game also here on PSBMN.com. And see if I can
get you any more numbers on that game taking place between Bloomington Kennedy and Bloomington Jefferson. Don't have any, except that Kennedy is leading Jefferson by a 2-0 margin. So Battle of B-Town so far going the way of the Kennedy Eagles. We'll take another timeout and have the third period on the way next. It's 4-1 EP over Hopkins. Well, we're back here at the EP Community Center. It's 4-1. The Eagles with the lead as we're about ready to get underway here in the third period. Will be even strength. And underway as they'll win it and get it back to Luke Snuggerud. Nieder will dump it into the zone. Be chased down by Cole Lawrence, who gets hit up into the boards. Snuggerud will play it back down low behind the net to Michael Graham. There's Graham into the circle. And it'll go across to Nieder. Nieder will drop it down low. Lawrence to backhand it to Nieder. Loses stick handle, and Hopkins will bank it off the wall and get it outside the zone. No icing by the official. And now Eden Prairie from their own zone are able to feed it up ahead to Cole Lawrence. Lawrence will try to center it, but nobody there, and it's Hopkins the other way. Here comes Josh Lavin, who is one-on-one. He gets checked up into the boards, though, lost the puck. And it'll be Brady Shue playing it over to Luke Snuggerud. Snuggerud to dump it into the zone. Slowed down by Michael. Here's DeJulio up along the near side and out towards Mark Sullivan, who will fire it right back into the Hopkins Royal zone. Clays will fall to the ice. Riley Argetsinger trying to dig it out from the corner. Argetsinger towards the top of the slot, fires a shot, rebound given up. Can't capitalize. Now they throw it right back out in front to Harry Pager. His shot goes wide as he was falling to the ground. Argetsinger will dump it down low. Plays to send it back into the far side corner. Argetsinger puts a shoulder into a Royals player. And the Royals are able to push it outside the zone. It'll be Aguilar going across to Mark Sullivan. And back over to Aguilar. 2 minutes into this third period. Sent back into the zone. Again, Hopkins actually had a 14-13 shots on goal advantage in the second period. It's Mark Sullivan trying to avoid a Hopkins player. We'll try to go across. That'll be there. Now the Royals skating with it into the zone. Can't get it on net. That'll be Jacob Myers getting checked up into the wall by Mark Sullivan. It's lost in the skates, and now here comes Michael Parrish. Parrish a little too far for Jack Sullivan on that pass as he gets slammed into the boards. Hopkins with the puck as they get it out to center ice. Snuggerud will wait for his teammate Sullivan to clear up here. Snuggerud into the slot. Tried to go back door over to Sullivan. Couldn't get a stick on that. And now it'll be Matt Hines. Hines to one-handed outside the zone. Snuggerud from his own blue line. Over to Jack Healy trying to go across, and the Royals will punch it back into the zone. And it's Charlie Lawrence. And now they get it up ahead to Snuggerud. Snuggerud, a great pass over to that right side. And Parrish can't hold it in. Cole Lawrence had it lost in his skates. And now they try to send that up ahead. It's Lawrence, good at the line, takes a shot that goes wide. Graham there to retrieve the puck, tried to push it up to Bold now at the point. Sent back behind the net, just out of the reach of Jesse Nieder. It's Cole Lawrence, light pass over to Graham. Graham left it for Lawrence, one-timer, and it trickles into the net for a goal, and it's 5-1. 13:05. And here's another look at that here on replay. We'll rewind that a little bit more for you. And I don't think player down low, Lawrence, will get credit for it. I'm not sure he helped that into the net. We'll wait for the official word, though. To dump it in, slowed down by Michael. Across to Lavin. And Lawrence will indeed get credit for it. Lawrence looking for his second goal. And a pop-up into the air. Congratulations to Cole Lawrence picking up his first goal on the season as they're whistled off sides. A lot of firsts in this game with Michael Parrish and now Cole Lawrence picking up their first goals on the season. Hopkins will have it their own blue line. DeGrulio get it up ahead to the neutral zone where it's picked off by Jack Blaze, who will throw it back in. And we'll find Jacob Myers. Can't beat Mark Sullivan though. He's checked off the puck. Aguilar can't clear it. Loose behind the net. It'll be Aguilar backhanding it up towards the blue line. There's a shot steered away by Avers. And now a race for the puck between DeGiulio and Jack Sullivan. Nobody gets there, and it's 11:46 here in the third period remaining. And it's 5-1, Eagles out in front. Hopkins came out with a burst of energy at the beginning of that second period. Not quite the same zip in their skates here in the third. As Eden Prairie been getting the better of the play. Snuggerud will try to throw that across, and now Hopkins able to find Shoemaker Gagnon. It's thrown into the corner. Now up at the point, a blast. Avers can't glove it out of the air. Now along the far side, the near side, I should say. It's Shoemaker Gagnon in out to center. And it's Parrish trying to work his way out towards center. Takes a shot. It's the goal post. Can't get anything going in transition for Royals. And it's Eden Prairie. A one-timer to Jack Sullivan off of a great pass from Steven Spinner. Can't kick it outside the zone. Royals a little trouble clearing it out. Well, third time's the charm. They had kind of light clearing attempts the first two times. Third time they just blast it down the length of the ice and get an icing call. With under 11 here in the third period to go. Eagles will leave that top unit on the ice. It's been played well since they were all placed together of Lawrence out in front to Steven Spinner. Another shot from Cole Lawrence. Tipped, and Ram elected not to go with that backhanded shot. DeGiulio from behind the net, bank it off the wall and get it out to Goldnow. He'll dump it back in where it's picked up by Danny Wagner. Wagner will clear it out, but it's the Eden Prairie Eagles who will throw it right back in to DeGiulio. And now tipped in, it'll be chased down by Brady Shue, who gets checked up into the wall. Cole Lawrence trying to dig it out. Hopkins comes away with it. They take a shot, and Evers able to make the save. 10:06 here in the third period. Tonight's game also brought to you by the Tavern on 4 and 5, the Mulch Store, Performance Therapy Innovations, the Sun Current, and in partnership with BEC TV, who of course is covering the Jefferson Kennedy boys hockey game, which you can also watch here on PSB as we're taking BEC TV's feed. It's dumped into the zone. Fellow number 8s will go after the puck for each squad. Hines and Argetsinger. Hines will backhand it around, not out. They get a tip from Clays, but can't get it to the back of the net. Now tied up along the wall. Trying to go across to Mark Sullivan. Sullivan over to Andy Aguilar. Back to Sullivan. Goes off the skate and loose for a moment. And finally poked outside. Matt Hines now with the puck. Hines will play that over to the corner to Austin Fisher. Here comes Matt Hines across the blue line. A shot that goes wide, takes a carom off the end wall. This time Avers there to cover it up. It's the third period, just about halfway over, and 8:53 to go. And Thursday, a big game coming up for EP as they'll take on their big rival from Edina. Have it for you here on PSB Media. Now Hopkins is actually going to pick up a penalty. There'll be another Eden Prairie power play. I know that's going to be coincidental, so I should say. They were a little late sending an Eden Prairie player to the box as well, so no power play. As it's Sullivan taking a shot right into the glove of Comichael. We're waiting to see what the official penalties that were assessed. Again, they were coincidentals. They try a wraparound, and nice save made by Comichael, kind of with his face mask. Coincidental unsportsmanlike were whistled against Luke Snugrud, and a Hopkins player didn't catch the number, though. Meanwhile, it's played back into the Eden Prairie zone. Charlie Lawrence to lead the rush. And from the corner, it goes up towards the point where Parrish will try to flip pass over. They can't connect. Now sent over to Brady Chu. Up ahead they go to Jack Sullivan. Sullivan tried to drop it for Parrish. And now here's a shot fired by Parrish, but blocked. Trying to go back on that Hopkins player, gets tripped up. And we are going to get a penalty called against Eden Prairie, so now it'll be the Royals going on a power play. And face-off, of course, will come down deep in the EP zone, so Royals scored their lone goal on the power play back in the first period. See if they can cash in again. Jimmy Copples, a good baseball player, will take the face-off for the Royals. They'll get it up to the point, and now shot goes wide, fired from Austin Fisher and cleared away by the Eagles. Fisher, over to the right side they go to Ryan Kimbrell. Shot goes wide of Avers. And now I got a whistle with 1:30 to go here on the power play. Face-off will be deep in the EP zone. Latest score update from Braemar Ice Arena with the EP girls versus Edina was a 2-1 lead for the Eagles at the start of the third period. Held in by Fisher, takes a shot through traffic, and the referee blows it dead even though the puck was still loose. With 1:14 remaining on the man advantage. And shot down to the end of the ice. behind his net will be Michael. Julio down low. And cleared away again by EPS. Down to 43. It's Austin Fisher across to Shoemaker Gagnon. And poke back up outside the zone to Julio. Gagnon now back to Julio. Intercepted by Harry Pager, who will play it back to the defense and cleared away. Time for maybe one more rush for DeJulio and the Royals. They'll bank it off the wall to Coppels. Now Noah Bragg will stick handle his way behind the net, avoids a check. Over to Charlie Lawrence, who trying to clear it. There's a slap shot from the top of the circle that goes wide. And Eden Prairie is full strength. And it's Eden Prairie the other way, a shot into the chest of Michael, who makes the save. Let's give you another look at that last opportunity. Michael having a good game so far for Hopkins. Came into the period having stopped 22 of 26 shots. Cleared away out towards center ice. Shu tries to bank it off the wall. Across to Brady Shu. Cole Lawrence to dump it in. Slowed down by Michael. Right in the slot to Spinner, and his shot goes up and over. Turned over to Hopkins as they flip it up outside the zone. It's Brady Shu. Stopping and waiting. Shu, good move, at least for a second, to get around a Hopkins player, but good recovery there by Holmquist. Finally strip it away. Dumped back in. Evers to slow it down. Well, at center, it's Michael Graham. Graham's pass intercepted, trying to go back to Steven Spinner. Cleared away to Aguilar. And Steven Spinner gets checked off. And Spinner will try to flip that over to the far side. Trying to go to a long pass there, and I'm going to say it wasn't tipped in. As Hopkins fans thought Aguilar had swung at the puck, think they got a pretty good argument, but there will be icing. Well, taking place tonight, college hockey is the North Star Cup Championship between the Gophers and Minnesota Duluth. Well, a lot of former high school players in that tournament, including Eden Prairie's Kyle Rao, trying to lead the Gophers to that inaugural championship. Actually was at that game last night when Minnesota beat St. Cloud State 4-1. Thrown out in front. Bull now took a swing at it. Pretty good crowd at that tournament. Sure, it'll grow as the years go on, and it should be fun to have year in and year out with all the former high school hockey players that will play in that North Star College Cup. Hopkins throwing it towards the net, came loose for a second to Shoemaker Gagnon. Here's Hines firing a shot wide, Karam off the wall, and looking for his second goal is Nate Nelson. And now with 2:22, we'll get a whistle down. Face-off will be to the right of Evers. sent across, but nobody home, and cleared away by EP for an icing call. Crowd beginning to file out here at the EP Community Center with this one pretty well decided, 5-1, the Eagles out in front. Argetsinger to send that up ahead. Wagner can't clear the zone. DeJulio will dump it. And it'll be icing against Hopkins as under 2 minutes left here in the third period. Hopkins, their next game will be coming up against Wayzata on Thursday. That'll be at the Hopkins Pavilion. In fact, their next 4 games are at home as they'll be hosting Wayzata, Minnetonka, Buffalo, Edina. Coming up on their schedule. They overshoot Jack Stanford and go all the way to Avers, who will cover it up. And now some more pushing and shoving here after the whistle. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Mulch Store, Performance Therapy Innovations, Tavern on 4 and 5. Make sure you support all of our sponsors. They're possible. They make it possible for us to bring you coverage here of Eden Prairie and Bloomington winter sports. Best part is all that money stays local in the community, not shipped off to another city. It's a good way to spend local. It's all of our sponsors here on PSB Media. You can, of course, find links to their websites just above your game tracker screen. Looks like a penalty is going to be assessed to Eden Prairie. As there is a player in the box. Referee still talking things over. And it will be Nieder going into the box for what might be the rest of the game unless Hopkins were to score. They'll go up to the point. Hines a shot and he scores! Ned Hines makes it a 5-2 game, I should say, as he goes 5-hole on Eric Evers. Get you another look at that. Hines just a big slap shot from near the blue line. With some traffic in front. Evers didn't get a good look at it. And makes things a little more interesting here at 5-2. Behind that, it's Luke Snuggerud. Snuggerud avoids a check. Now it's out to Jack Sullivan. So certainly a better result than last time Hopkins played here at the EP Community Center when they lost by a 10-0 margin. Giving EP a good battle tonight. Had some good flurries, including that furious start to the second period when they were putting on all sorts of pressure. Big difference, though, for Eden Prairie's 3 first-period goals. With some new faces getting on the score sheet, including Cole Lawrence and Michael Parrish, who each picked up their first goal of the season. Shot from Brady Shue goes wide. Half minute left in the game as it's dumped into the zone. There's a hit into the corner by Jack Sanford, and they'll get a penalty coming up against Hopkins. So I'll get Jack Sanford for that. And unfortunately, it looks like everyone's okay. As The referees will talk it over at the penalty box. And with only 22 seconds left in the game, pretty much inconsequential whether it'll be a 2-minute or a 5-minute penalty. I imagine they might go 5 since it was a hit into the boards. Well, they talk that over. We'll take a very brief timeout. It's high school hockey here on PSB Media.
Ray, why aren't you eating? Like these insurance bills are so high, I've lost my appetite. I am freaking out.
Mysteriously high rates can be stressful. Switch to State Farm for discounts up to 40%. Get to a groovier state.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie. A local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbier.com.
We're about ready to drop the puck there. Still waiting for the time to be up on the board. It will be a 5-minute penalty assessed to Hopkins. Right off the face-off, it'll be covered up by Michael. So Sanford will get a 5-minute penalty, but again, doesn't really matter how much with just a couple of ticks on the clock left. Eden Prairie with it from behind the net. Jack Sullivan will leave it for Michael Parrish. Out in front, and they score at the very end. And didn't quite catch the number of who got that one, but players certainly are excited. Let's get another look at that one here on replay. Well, make it 6-2 with 6 seconds left in the game. Michael Parrish will get the hat trick. Congratulations to him. What a night for him as he came into the game having not scored yet this season, and he picks up 3 tonight. Two seconds to go, and well, that's going to do it. As Eden Prairie knocks off Hopkins by a final score of 6-2. The Sun Current post-game show is coming up next.
The Sun Current is proud to be your community news leader for over 50 years. Each week you can read their in-depth coverage on local government, school district news, high school sports matchups, community events, and newsmakers. The Sun Current's website is now mobile user-friendly and provides breaking local news coverage daily. Check it out at current.mnsun.com.
And we're back here at the Eden Prairie Community Center. 6-2, the Eagles come away with a victory here in this one. I don't have the official stats to pass along to you quite yet, but I can tell you that Michael Parrish had a hat trick here for EP. Coming up on a Thursday, both these teams will play again. We'll have on Thursday Eden Prairie versus Edina right here on PSBMN.com. Thursday at 7 o'clock. Want to make sure you tune in for that game. Then on Thursday as well, Hopkins will play again as they'll be hosting Wayzata. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for helping provide coverage to tonight's game, including the Mulch Store, Performance Therapy Innovations, the Tavern on 4 and 5, Brandy Warmbier, State Farm Insurance Office, and also BEC TV, among others. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in to live local play-by-play coverage of the Eagles high school sports. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Umbria Gourmet Pizzeria, The Mulch Store, Alpha Investment Advisors, Performance Therapy Innovations, Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office, and Healthy Training. Keep it tuned to PSBMN.com for more broadcasts of Eagles high school sports.